All right, guys. Going to be breaking down the second half of Boston and Brooklyn. Man, I got some notes for this one. Then I'm going to do just a little. I haven't been watching the game. I've just been kind of keeping up a little bit with this Toronto and Philly. Right now, it's about 4 minutes left in the third. Philly 58, Toronto leading 69. So, um, basically, to start with that second half, Boston's size and rebounding was giving Brooklyn a problem. They were at that point +5 offensive rebounding um, with 9 minutes left in the third. Claxton, he um, he was doing good on everything but his free throws. At that point, it was 0-9 free throws with 9 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third. At that point, he was 3 of 20 for that series. Um, Tatum's size over Brooklyn was playing a factor. It was basically he was just shooting over Brooklyn's guards. It was like a shooting drill for him, shooting, over a coach or over a chair, whatever. Durant, Claxton, they were having a good connection with about 7 minutes left in the third. Claxton hit his first free throw with 6 minutes left in the third. And then Boston started having um, Brooklyn was doing some bad fouls, and they weren't really getting good rebounds. And this was about 3 or 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and then Nash put out this small lineup, and just I guess to get something put together, to try to see if get some scoring. They were having trouble rebounding, so he's just got to get something um, put together. You know, he's just digging. A small lineup, about 3 minutes, 37 seconds left in the third. Curry, Brown, Dragic, and then they had KD over for the big. Then he went switched Mills for Curry. Brooklyn, they were having trouble scoring. Boston was up 12 at the end of the third. Then Curry started heating up. He in the fourth, he scored about, I think, 7 points in a row. Um, had KD's fourth foul with 8 minutes left in the game. That didn't really turn out to be a major factor. Big Al, he's playing pretty good. At that point, he was 4 for 5, 11 points. It's about 8 minutes left in the game. So Brooklyn was 14 for 34, or Boston, I'm sorry, 14 for 34 3 points with about 6 minutes left. Brooklyn was started getting back into it. It seemed like every time, this happened a few times in the game where Brooklyn would get back into it, and then Boston, they would just pull away. And this is another one of those times Brooklyn kind of got back into it. Boston was fouling. About 5 minutes left, and Boston was up 6, and then Tatum checked back in because Brooklyn, they were going on a run. I want to say they were up 12 at the end of the third, and then when Tatum checked back in, they were only up 6. So and at that point, Smart, he was working on a double double. KD was 33 points, only two made 3 pointers. Irving had 17 points with about 4 minutes left. Then Tatum fouled out at the 2 minute 45 second mark left, and then Brooklyn started going on a run, and Boston was looking scared. I got a big Kyrie Irving three, three fouls on Boston in a row. They, they were just playing bad. Under 2 minutes, Boston lost the ball, fouled KD. It was sideline out, 1 point game, and Boston like struggling. Can they score? Is Brooklyn getting back in this? Brown ended up scoring a bucket with 1 minute left. Um, Smart tries to do a steal on KD, ended up fouling KD with 22 seconds left. At this point, it was a close game. I want to say one or two points. Going into these foul shots, KD hit the first one, and then he missed the second one. And then at that point, Marcus Smart, he just decided to attack the basket. Um, when Tatum went out, they were going slow, trying to waste time. They thought the clock was on their side. Um, but then, at that point, Marcus Smart, he attacked the hoop. He missed his layup, and then Horford had a good putback. And then at that point, it was pretty much over. They were just doing some, free throw shots and just trying to get a steal or something. Um, that was it. The eighth sweep for Boston, as predicted earlier today. We were looking in that 76ers game. We have we picked 76ers to close out the series today because if Toronto gets a little bit of momentum, Toronto wins this game. Embiid, he's hurt. He's got that thumb thing. The beard, if he's not playing good, he hasn't really been playing good coming into the playoffs. It's given momentum to Toronto going back to play in Toronto, and they get hype over there. So the 76ers really got to close this out, because then it's going to look like it's going to start getting a long series, and then they don't want it to go 7 games. I fully expect Miami to close out tomorrow, like I said earlier today. A 13-point game, 73-60 Toronto. Toronto's been leading this whole game. It looks like they came out with a lot of energy. Pretty much smacked 76ers in the mouth. And they really haven't responded well. To me, it looks like Embiid, maybe his thumb is hurting him more than earlier in the series. If he tweaked it, worse. But just the way he's moving, he isn't moving good. So it's going to be tough if they can't get this. They got cut to 11, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third. Go ahead and get with a quick pick before we get this wrapped up for the evening. I'm going to try to watch this last quarter of this game before I go to bed. Wake up early, 5 o'clock. So try to get at least 7-8 hours of sleep. And doing that quick pick, that Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks. Going with these Mavs to get this win at home. That last game, Dragic was this first game back. He was a little bit rusty. He was out this first 2 games for I think maybe there was the first 3 games for Dallas. So he's a little bit rusty, getting back into it. I expect he's going to play a little bit better going back home in Dallas, and everybody else is going to play a little bit better in Dallas. It looks like they started playing right now. Utah 4, Dallas 7. So it's a good start so far for Dallas. Only a couple minutes in. But I think I got Dallas Mavs winning this series in 7. So obviously it's going to be home team winning on out. Yeah, I got Dallas in 7 versus Utah, so I expect the home teams to win on out. It's going to be a close series going um, these next few games, and I expect the home teams to win on out through these games. So that's about it. The third quarter is about getting wrapped up over here. Toronto and Philly, 75-62. Toronto's leading. About 1 minute left in the third. And that's about it. Like, subscribe, give me some comments on the content. If you enjoy the content, let me know. HDENT in full effect.